SpaceXAI has just done something absolutely incredible with their latest model, Grok 4.5. It is neck and neck with the best models available, in some cases better than the best in the business. Yet, it is ultra fast and, most important of all, much more affordable to use, somewhere around 1/5 the cost of comparable models. This is a monumental moment. In this video, we'll hear what people are saying about this massive leap in capability, price, performance, and exactly why it's such a big deal. The implications for the SpaceX business and for SpaceX investors are profound. No one saw this coming. SpaceXAI has just thrown down the fucking gauntlet. Grok 4.5 delivers the highest intelligence per unit of time and cost. It's now SpaceXAI's race to lose. A couple of clips here from Theo discussing Grok 4.5.
Poorly, as we see here, the top right being the cheapest and the best. It performed comparable to Fable 5 High for a significantly lower price, where Fable 5 High cost $8.77 per task and Grok 4.5 cost $1.51.
This is bonkers. Just to make sure everybody understood, because this is such an important point. Grok 4.5 is outperforming Fable 5 on comparable tasks at a fraction of the cost. $1.51 versus $8.77. Fable 5 High cooked. I just want to emphasize something visually here. This chart. You'll notice there's a very predictable and consistent shape to most of the AI models where they plot along this. It's a nice curve. On the left here, we have performance, and along the bottom, the price. The further over to the left here, the more expensive the model. So you would assume the more you're paying, the better the performance. And we do see this. But notice how all of the competing models are clustered. Low cost equals low performance. The more you pay, the better it performs. The one outlier here, and it is a massive outlier, is Grok 4.5. It's almost the lowest cost model on this entire chart, yet it's performing like one of the higher cost models. This is a really big deal. Perhaps an imperfect analogy might help. Imagine paying a McDonald's salary for an Einstein level employee. You've probably heard the saying, pay peanuts, get monkeys. That is no longer the case. This is a really incredible breakthrough. I did say an imperfect analogy. We can consider Grok 4.5 an almost Einstein model with almost Einstein capabilities on a McDonald's salary. For 99% of tasks, almost Einstein will be more than good enough. And in the rare event that you need actual Einstein level performance, you can temporarily pay for a much more expensive model.
7 cents per task in Grok 4.5 costs $1.51 for a slightly higher score at that tier. Obviously, the best is still Fable on Max, even though it's double the price of Fable on High. But yeah, Grok 4.5 High is looking insane by this chart.
Now, just a quick caveat, the Cursor Bench 3.2 chart we've just looked at. Grok may be outperforming slightly. Cursor accidentally included the entire Cursor code base in the Cursor Bench score. It's a long story, I won't get too into. The point is, this may be painting a slightly rosier picture than the reality, but if so, it's not by much. There's plenty of other data coming out showing the performance of Grok 4.5, crushing it on price, performance, and speed relative to all other models available. In fact, let's look at some other benchmarks now.
Up again. It's been a very long time since I saw purple all the way up here. It is right behind GPT-5.5 and just ahead of Sonnet 5 based on the intelligence index, crushing GLM 5.2, which is even more interesting when you realize how expensive GLM 5.2 is to run.
This really is the key takeaway. There is no other model with comparable performance to Grok 4.5, even close to the same extremely low cost. Tokens are expensive. AI is expensive. It's extremely useful and incredibly capable. But imagine you're a company, a business, a tech company, NVIDIA, Meta, Google, doesn't matter. Pick your company. And you have the choice between models that are all comparably capable, essentially no meaningful difference in performance, and one of them is 10% the cost, 20% the cost of the other models. This means you can get essentially 5 times as much done with the model that costs 1/5 the cost. So what do you think is going to happen when individuals, the self-employed, and companies are making their decisions? Where do they spend the money on models? If you can pay the McDonald's salary and get near Einstein level performance, this only ends one way.
When you remember how much more token hungry GLM 5.2 is, you realize it's kind of been crushed by Grok 4.5. Here we can see the actual costs incurred per task average across the entire suite. And Kimi K26 is about 35 cents per task. GLM52 is about 37 cents per task. And then Grok 4.5, which scored way higher than those other models, was only 31 cents per task. And for reference, Fable 5 was $2.75 for the same work. Yeah, it's an efficient model. And if you look at the intelligence versus cost chart, you see it is very well positioned. It is just on the edge of the green box, the good spot that almost nothing is in. Both Grok 4.5 and Gemini 3.1 Pro score very well here, and Grok 4.5 is meaningfully more intelligent while also being in this price range. This gets much crazier with the coding-focused benches, though, because Grok came out swinging here, crushing every Google model by a large margin. And if we look at the token usage per task for the code work, you'll see Opus and Fable both massive token hogs at 7.2 mil for Fable and 9.2 mil for Opus.
I'm sure I'm losing a few of the non-AI nerds here, but just to be clear, tokens equals cost, essentially.
5 on X high is still in the 6 mil range or so. 5.5 on medium was only 3.5 mil tokens, but all the way at the end here, Grok build with Grok 4.5, only 2 mil tokens to get that high of a score. That is an insane level of token efficiency. I never would have guessed that this model would be so efficient, but it really is. And the result is that it feels way faster to use, and the bill ends up being cheaper than you might have expected.
So I really want to emphasize what a big deal this is. We have Fable 5, GPT 5.5, and Grok 4.5, all with scores essentially identical, 77, 76, 76. Yet, the cost to produce those scores, the token usage per task, Fable 5 and GPT 5.5, enormous. Grok getting essentially the same work done, the same quality, again, on the McDonald's salary. This is such a big deal.
The amount that they just jumped in such a short window is truly a sight to behold. I don't think any lab has had a jump like this ever, other than maybe arguably like DeepSeek. Going from forgotten in the conversation and just reselling GPUs to beating out practically everyone else in the space at the tier you're competing in for cheaper and more efficient models, it's impressive. And we shouldn't be sleeping on SpaceX anymore. I posted in April that I legitimately believed XAI could have a crazy comeback. I thought it would take 6 months to a year. I didn't think it would take 2.5. I am blown away. These guys are cooking again. I have no idea where this will all end up, but I'm thankful somebody other than Google is actually competing now. This is the first real player that Anthropic and OpenAI have had to be scared of in quite a while, and I hope they are. I hope the result of Grok 4.5 is faster, cheaper, and smarter models for everyone, because that's what we want in the end. So congratulations to SpaceXAI for catching up. I didn't think you had it in you, but clearly you do. I can't wait to see what comes out next, and until next time, peace nerds.
Well, Theo sounds rather impressed. Now, just to be clear, Grok 4.5 is not the best model available on Earth for every single task. What it is, however, for its price, there's nothing else close. As I said earlier, the McDonald's salary for the near Einstein level performance. It's truly incredible, a massive breakthrough and a sign of things to come. Now, check out this incredible demo from Max.
Here, this is inside my own agentic development environment that I've created called CNVS, Canvas, and I have opened a Codex agent that is going to delegate work out building this Flappy Bird game to Marshall, which is Grok 4.5, and to Chase, which is Claude Code running Opus 4.8. After they are done building the game, they're going to open it in the Canvas in-app browser so I can actually compare the results and see what the game that Grok built looks like and see the game that Chase built looks like.
Sent to Chase.
All right, guys, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but it actually just took Grok 4.5 1 minute and 20 seconds to create a Flappy Bird replica. We haven't tried it yet. It's up on my screen. And it took Opus 4.8 8 minutes and 59 seconds to create this Flappy Bird replica in Three.js.
Bro sounds absolutely stunned at how quickly Grok 4.5 was able to complete this task. Whether or not the final product, the Flappy Bird 3D or whatever the shit he called it, whether it's actually what he wanted, whether it's up to scratch versus the much slower competition, we will find out. But recall, it's not just the speed at which Grok 4.5 is able to complete tasks, but the much lower cost. If your product is faster, significantly cheaper, and the final output is comparable, it's GG.
You heard that right. 8 minutes and 50. That's 9 minutes. Let's go ahead and try both of them before we dive into the session logs and figure out how many tokens they burnt. Okay. I'm not very good at it, but yeah, this looks nice. I like how the bird is kind of 3D looking, and this feels very much like a SpaceX Flappy Bird, which is funny that Grok 4.5 would make something like that. That feels very much like a SpaceX Flappy Bird. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, it does feel like a little bit of AI slop, and by a little bit, I do mean a lot of AI slop. And it reminds me of something that GPT 5.5 would create. As far as UI wise goes. But what we need to go back to and remember is that it did this in 1 minute. And Opus 4.8 took 9 minutes. So let's go ahead and switch over to the Opus 4.8 game and see what it has. Okay. So right off the bat, I'm going to say that I prefer the styling of the Opus 4.8 game. But also 9 minutes versus 1 minute, guys. You know? I don't know if I'm just really bad at the Opus 4.8 game, but it feels much less playable. And yeah, like I don't know exactly how you would even get down there. So it feels much less playable. There's obviously some graphical bugs going on where it's kind of it has that weird like shader effect, bug out effect going. And also I think it's strange that it takes so long for you to get to the intro of the game there. Let me see if I can get one decent run here. All right, here we go. This is going to be... Oh, my God. I can't tell if the game design is bad or it's just that I'm awful at Flappy Bird. It's one or the other. Let's jump into the session logs and we'll see what this says. So here's what we know about the Flappy Bird build off. The Opus 4.8 had 7.9K input tokens and 31.3K output tokens, costing a total of $4.89, and it did take over 9 minutes to create. Grok 4.5 had 62K final input tokens and 15 to 25K output tokens, including reasoning. We had to sort of finagle this because Grok CLI does not actually include a exact report. So we had to have Fable 5 go through the session logs of Grok 4.5 and actually extract the data for us, which gives us an estimated cost of anywhere from 45 cents to $1.10 on the API equivalent of $2 per million input and $6 per million outputs. So all that being said, Grok's run was 8 times cheaper and it was over 8 times faster. Okay, and you guys saw the end result of the Flappy Bird game. I would not say that the Opus 4.8 Flappy Bird game was 8 times better. What this means for us guys in the real world is that Grok 4.5 is going to be the perfect worker agent.
In other words, Grok 4.5 is going to be doing the vast majority of tasks for the foreseeable future. If SpaceXAI can maintain or further extend their lead in terms of price, performance, and speed, SpaceXAI's AI business is going to explode.
In a agentic development environment like the one I have built, Canvas, we can open up Fable 5 and it can spawn as many Grok 4.5 agents as it needs to carry out a plan perfectly. It'll work faster. It'll work way more efficient on tokens. And because it can provide it a small context, because remember, it only has a 500K context window, it can provide it a small, very specific job for it to carry out. The success rate will be very high. And that is based off 2026 research that shows when orchestrating agents, giving them small, specific jobs in a smaller context window increases success rate, uses less tokens, and generally gets the job done much faster. So I know moving forward, I will be having Fable 5 make the plan and orchestrate out to my Grok 4.5 agents. And then after they complete their individual jobs, I will be opening a new Fable 5 agent to make sure that the work was done correctly and go into an iteration loop if it needs to continue on and make more changes from there. Make sure you check out Grok 4.5. I think it is an absolute banger agent. It'll be the worker bee that replaces Opus 4.8.
Grok 4.5 has completely changed the game. Everyone was massively underestimating what SpaceXAI would be able to do with their models. Now, the question is not can they catch up, but can anyone catch them? Thanks for watching. If you appreciate the content and want to support the channel, check out the links below where you can get early access to daily videos, unlock hundreds of exclusive pieces of content, and plenty more. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.